And hello, everybody. We are back. And it's Tycho's turn to try to celebrate a little bit of Eggster. Isn't that right, Tycho? Let's see if he wants to stand up. Yeah. Now, Tycho understands Eggster is a celebration of tasty treats, including eggs. And Max had some eggies earlier. Tycho's already had a little bit of egg, but there is more egg for him. Go, Tycho. Do you want some more egg? There you go. There's some egg for you. Happy Eggster, Greenbird, Liz, Ornithology Dude. I see everybody's joining us. What do you think, Tycho? Is that tasty? Is that a tasty egg? Is it an Eggster buffet? Tycho, would you like a Nutriberry? I could get you one of those too. Nutriberries are wonderful as part of an Eggster buffet. You put this one down here, okay? Here, you can choose if you want to have a snack. Alternatively, you can just sit there and stare at me. That's fine too. Yeah, you got your Eggster bunny? Yeah, the setup here really showcases how much bigger Max is than Tycho. Tycho looks kind of dwarfed, but that's okay. The table's a good height for him. He's got a chair at the table. Yes, Tycho. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, between eggs and Nutriberries, those are probably some of Tycho's favorite tasty treats. So if he's not hungry, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. He understands Easter eggs. He does know how to play with them, and I'm going to bring a couple over for him in case he wants to play with them. Oh, no, what? Might be an egg. Hi. Hi. There's some eggs. Let me move that where you can reach it. I don't want it to fall on the floor. Here. Is that a good little Eggster setup, buddy? You okay if I put the Eggster basket up? There's an Eggster basket. Pull at that. Yeah. You have Eggster eggs. You have an Eggster basket. You have Eggster treats. You have an Eggster boat. What more could a birdie ask for? Now, Tycho, I will remind you the camera's over here. Oh, actually, I'll remind you that I'm over here. There is no camera. Nope, 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 no cameras here. Hey, Chris. Mookie's back. Yeah, Tycho has the sweetest little hi. He's not. He uses it in so many different ways. It all depends on the intonation. Sometimes it's hi, and not quite sure what's going on. Sometimes it's intended as a greeting. Sometimes it's there to just catch the attention. Yes, Tango. Tycho's shy, but Tycho has a very different personality than Max does. I mean, absolutely different. Max is super outgoing. I don't want to use the word brave, but he doesn't let a lot intimidate him. Tycho's a little bit shyer. New things he watches very carefully to make sure that they're not a parrot-eating monster. He checks things out. He looks at them and says, is this a good idea? Is this safe? You know, he'd actually survived quite well in the wild. He has those instincts that say, look before you leap. Ain't that right, Tycho? Yeah, Tycho, my tea's cold, or my coffee's cold. I'm just looking at you thinking you might like a cup of something. Okay, Tycho. Would you like some water? Let's get you some water. I'm just going to let it warm up a little bit. Does that sound like it's a good idea, Tycho? There we go. And Tycho's drinking water out of a cup. He does have a preference for warm water. Would you like a drink? Would you like a drink? Okay, we do not want to drink right now. You want me to come back? What? Well, I'm going to take it away then. You can blow your nose at me all you like. Oh, poor Tycho. Life is rough. You're a bird. What else are you supposed to do? Well, I'm going to sit here and drink my coffee, even if you don't want any of your own. Now, did you hear that? That was his drinking sound. Yeah. He wants some, but it's not the same cup I'm drinking out of, therefore there must be something wrong with it. And he cannot have any coffee. Birds, caffeine is bad for birds. Tango says, Tycho is the college professor. Max is the social director on the cruise ship. Tango, that is so perfect. Yeah, well, because Max is the social director on the cruise ship, and he's always partying, and he always has something to do, and he loves having it up for the camera, he gets a lot of screen time, and it's his account. He's the one who sort of started it off, and Max decided one of his favorite games was playing with the camera. Let's change the angle a little bit there, Tycho. How's that? Oops. Yeah, are you in focus? Yeah, some of your toys are not, but you're in focus. That's what matters. Let's move this a little bit more. Oh. Yeah, okay. I don't have a lock on one of the legs, so it's kind of weird moving the tripod right now. When I set it up for Tycho, I have to set it up so it's a little bit lower because he's much shorter than Max. That's why it takes a few minutes to switch between birds. But Tycho, absolutely, he'll occasionally come on, and sometimes he'll eat snacks on camera. You know, he is looking at the snacks. He's thinking about them. You know, but he's got a very different idea about his world. Chris says, Bob's is learning some rude words from the neighbors right now. Oh no! Chris, we have a rule in the house. You don't say any bad words in front of the birds. They learn them very quickly. Back when I got divorced many, many years ago, I said a word once, and don't want to say it in front of Tycho because he'll remember that he knows it. But if you want to spell it, it would be ASSH. Yeah, you can figure it out from there. So he heard this once, and he figured out that, you know, what it was directed at. And the first time Tycho saw my ex, after we got divorced, after we got separated, Tycho looked at my ex and started sounding out that word to him. And he hadn't quite figured out how to say it yet, but he'd recorded it, and he was just sitting there going, and just sounding it out. I found it hilarious in a way. It was also not something I wanted Tycho to do, distracted him because I was trying to keep the peace. But it just goes to show that one hearing is enough for a bird to learn how to say a word. Around here, if you trip or you on something, you smack your funny bone, you stub your toe, usually what happens is you will start, your instinct is to swear, and it comes out as fun or fuddle-duddle, something that you don't mind the bird saying. Stopping a swear mid-flight is always kind of interesting. Super! Yeah. Of course, they don't learn any of those words. They're waiting for the really naughty words. So yeah, if my neighbors are swearing, I'm not going to have the birds where they can hear the neighbors. That would definitely be a real concern. It's under there. I'm sorry, that was me. I'm just I'm gonna drop this all the way down. There we go. Hi. Hi. So Tycho's noticed the box, and he realizes this would be a great place to nest. It's dark, it's enclosed, and it's underneath something. Let's adjust this just a little bit more. There, how's that? Mookie, we can see your comments. I can also see a few other people's comments. Mookie, if you're having a big problem with the comment thread, try exiting and re-entering. We'll be here for a little bit because Tycho is interested in his box. Oh, absolutely, Stu. Tycho would love to chew that box down to nothing. Actually, I think he's just trying to make an entrance into it so he has a nice little nest. and he's seeing opportunity, and he's checking into it and measuring it up against himself. Hi. So right now for comments, I saw a comment from Jan who wished Tycho a happy Easter, and then I'm seeing Lukey and Sue commenting. I also see a comment from Chris. So I am seeing some variety in the comment thread, not as much as we usually have. What's in there, Tycho? Okay. Yeah, it's entirely possible that YouTube's having some problems with the thread as well. That happens. So if you're wondering about the board and why it has holes on the end, this is a board that I salvaged from a small end table. The end table was probably 25 years old, and I made the mistake of using it as a stool. Now, it was an emergency stool because I had a fire alarm going off, and I didn't like the sound, but more to the point, birds didn't like the sound, and I was trying to figure out which alarm was going off. I'd already determined that there was no fire, but I had to turn off the source. And in this house, I've had a problem with some of the alarms where they false alarm, and they're all interconnected. So one false alarm, everything goes off, and you have to figure out which one is false alarming, despite the fact you don't have a fire. Now, if there's going to be a failure, I would rather have a fire alarm go off than have it not go off. Although 2 a.m., not the best time for a fire alarm to go off. And 2 a.m. is not the best time for critical thinking. Hey, it's a wooden table. It will give me the height I need to go up. So I went up, and I went straight down, and the leg splintered underneath me. Apparently not rated to have a human standing on it. So I just pulled the top, and rather than, because I was disassembling it to dispose of it, but rather than tossing it, I thought, the top I can use as a bit of a tabletop with the birds. It makes sense. How do we recycle something? Yes, Tango, we see you. So Tango, for those of you who don't know, is quite the poet. And he's written some cute poems over on InstaFlock about Einstein and about Max. We're still waiting for the poem about Tycho, but a little birdie tells me that there might be a bit of a collab video coming out featuring Tango's poetry. But you have to keep it quiet. It's a surprise for Tango's Uman. It's between dog and flock. And hopefully that's going to come out this week. We wanted to focus a little bit on some of the Eggster videos. And I will fully admit I had a busy week at work. And work, since it does pay for all of the eggs and all of the other treats, does come first. I know, that just means I've got my priorities wrong. I'm going to showcase this a little bit differently so you can see how much work somebody's doing. There we go. Hi. Hi. Yeah, I know. There we go. There's a nice clean shot. You can see how big that hole has been made. I am keeping an eye on it for structural integrity. The box is nowhere near the point of collapse where the board's going to come down. Yes, Tango's absolutely hilarious. He makes us smile too. Jan, absolutely have yourself a wonderful Eggster. You can always hop on and catch the streams later if you miss part of them. And actually, I'll just talk about that a little bit. As everybody knows, I've been trying to get the account to the point where it is monetized. It opens up a number of features and functionality that we don't currently have. Monetization, ability to run ads and whatnot is part of it, absolutely. But there are a number of other features that it opens up as well. And it also means that we are more likely to get promoted, find more flockers, and spread the word of Bach to a much larger audience. And that's always exciting. So to hit monetization, the goalposts have moved a few times. And when we started, the goalposts were a lot smaller, and every time we approached them, they moved the goalpost. Current goalpost is 100. I'm just stopping to double guess myself here. Is it 100? No, it's 1,000 followers and 4,000 watch hours. Now, and that's within a 1-year period. And it sounds like it's not a lot until you realize that most videos are only a couple of minutes long. People don't necessarily watch all the way to the end. When they see the ending credits roll, they might skip out. It does not count live streams until after the live stream has been processed. And at times that can take until the next day. So there's quite a few constraints on what are counted in those watch hours. But it looks like there's a possibility we may reach that milestone this week or next week. And my inner cynic says this means, hey, watch YouTube change goalposts. It'll happen this week. And once we reach that point, they need to validate it, and then we can start working on our next achievement. As everybody knows, our good friend Einstein just got his silver play button, which was 100,000 followers, which makes 1,500 followers that we have just look minuscule in comparison. But, there's always something that we can strive for. But we've been doing daily videos. We've been really working hard on the channel. And, everybody's responding well. You guys are watching it. And that makes a big difference. And that's really what we're here for. If you weren't watching it, if you weren't commenting, we would not be here. Yes, one big red butt chicken. I'm actually kind of amazed by how much work Tycho's done on the box. If you look at the beginning of the video, you'll see how small that hole really was. And it was a hole that Max had made just to check what was inside the box. Tycho seems set on really getting into the box and really making it his own. And absolutely, I think he's going to get this box given to him after the fact. This one becomes his, and Max gets another box for his play stand. The reason I put out a box on the chair is it just gives something to put some toys up on, and it moves things up to a level where it's easier for Max to play. Yeah. Now, Tycho, if not, is nothing but dedicated to the cause. He's determined to get into that box. Shift over a little further. There we go. I know you're not seeing as much of Tycho as you might like. Let's see. Let's go to this height. 1, 2. Oh no, Tycho, I'm making a mess with this. I'm gonna move the toys just so we have a clean shot of what's going on. fewer interruptions too. Okay? I'll leave your snacks. You'll see how much cardboard you might need those snacks. Shift those. Ooh, you want the snack? Oh, okay. There we go. Better? Yeah, I was inside your cage, Tycho. That's okay. I'm over here now. Keep an eye on me. Hi. Here. And it does not take Tycho long to get into that box and chew up that box. Just imagine if he's left alone with something like a kitchen counter. He'd be into it and through it in no time at all. Wouldn't you, buddy? Hi. 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 I'm gonna sit over here. I'm ignoring you, Tycho. You can play for the camera. It's okay. What do you see? What do you see? So, have yourself a wonderful Eggster. Tango apparently just sent Tycho a poem off the top of his head on InstaFlock. Tango, that might become part of the video too. This could be kind of fun. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, did somebody say Einstein's here? Einstein, hello, hello. You made it back. Tycho is busy renovating the box. He's discovered that it might make a really good spot to nest. And I think he's trying to figure out how to get inside of it safely. I was definitely not expecting the box to become the item of interest. I was kind of hoping it was going to be the Eggster toys. But, you know, we'll just let Tycho do his own thing. he can set the agenda, and that's really the way I run any of the streams. The bird decides what the bird wants to do, and I just try to accommodate that and set limits such as no chewing up the chair and no endangering yourself or others. You know, the basics. Hey, Tycho, Einstein likes your man cave. Is it big enough for two? Are you going to share? Yeah, I think what might happen with this box after the stream is it may end up inside of Tycho's cage just because he's having so much fun with it. And quite honestly, if a bird is busy and engaged, they're happy. And as any bird owner knows, we're always looking for new toys. We're always looking for new ways to enrich a parrot's life. When fall comes around, Tycho's choice of enrichment are pumpkins. And that becomes his full-time occupation for the month of October. Shredding pumpkins as quickly and rapidly as he can. He loves his pumpkins, and that's perfectly fine. If he's enjoying boxes, absolutely he'll get this box. Before he gets it, you probably notice on the front of it there's a bit of tape, and the box is sitting upside down right now. I will remove the tape, and I'll just fold the flaps together so it holds its shape, and then I'll let him play with it. It's a safe box. It's a clean box. It's printed just a bit of black ink, and it's something that this is actually one of the boxes that some of the blocks came in. And of course, we end up with lots of those boxes because Max loves his blocks. Recently on the streams, he just wants to fling them, but inside of his cage, if he had the opportunity, he would shred 50 blocks a day inside his cage. Absolutely. I usually give him a couple a day. I just hand him a few of his foot toys that he can do with as he pleases. Tycho's been getting into shredding blocks as well, and he's been quite enjoying that. And as I said, it's a cheap toy. It's cheap enrichment. Tycho has some toys in his cage that have blocks on them, but apparently the foot-held blocks are a lot more fun. Ornithology Dude says that he's trying to figure out how to contact Max Azuman. Ornithology Dude, if you need to contact me, you can send a note to maxthemoluccan at gmail.com, and Max the Moluccan spelled the same way as the name of this channel. So absolutely, you can just reach out that way, nice and easy. I do check email. Just when you email me, let me know who you are, because I'll recognize you from the videos, but I may not recognize your other name. That's always kind of funny. Yeah, Tango. So Tango, I'm really going to look forward to seeing that poem on InstaFlock, and yeah. I'm just going to say that this week, the collaboration with Tango will come out. So that's always fun. And we have just lost the Tycho to a box. Now, I think Tycho likes this box a lot. Now, he may not like what I'm about to do. I'm lowering off a light. Let's see here if I can get a bit more light into, oopsies. Is there enough light in that box for you, buddy? There. Is that okay, buddy? Oopsies. Okay, let's go down with the camera. Keep going down with the camera. I think I can lower this just a little bit more. Bear with me. Camera may juggle a little bit as I do this. There we go. There we go. Hey, Max. Who's eating the box for you? Here. A couple of blocks? Oh, yeah, those are good. So Tycho has his own ideas about where he wants to be right now. He's got a bit of privacy as he's playing inside of his box. But he definitely wanted a nesting spot. Now, I'm not too worried about getting him out of that box. I'm more worried when he goes underneath, say, some furniture. The times I've been bitten badly by Tycho has been trying to remove him from what he considers a nest spot. If you're wondering, that beak hurts. If you're wondering how I know, I know. Now, you know, the birds are pretty good. They don't bite very often. And every single time I've been bitten by Max or Tycho, they've had a very good reason in their mind. Now, I may not completely agree with that reason, but I really can't fault them if they have their own reason. If they've thought about it and they've said, hey, I figured this one out for myself, there's a reason that I bit, I don't have to agree with the reason. It's much better than having a bird biting just at random. Yes. So we've got a pretty good view of what Tycho's doing there. I could shift the box around to get the chair handle out of the way. So there's the risk I'm going to interrupt the bird if I do that. Hey guys, very cautiously here. Oops. It might help if I would have actually locked down the camera. Oh, I know. That light's pretty hot, isn't it, Tycho? Yeah, but we want to see inside your box. I'm going to shift this over a little bit more. A little bit more. Oh, hang on here. That's what I wanted. There. Oh, it's okay, Max. Okay. Your brother's getting all the attention. Your brother gets all the attention today. Oh my goodness, Tycho, you're doing such a great job. That's a great, great cave. You went in through the corner. You've got some light in there. Now, I think he might be a little bit annoyed with the fact I've got light in there. And I do have the camera quite close to him. He's not quite figured out that this one's a camera yet, I don't think. It's a webcam. Yes, Tango, there was a bit of an earthquake there. I've got the light and the tripod in an angle that they usually don't sit at, but I really wanted to see how much focus I could get on what Red Butt Chicken is doing inside the box. Show everybody what's going on in there. Rooster says, "Birds in a box, 1999. Rooster, if you watch Tycho go, Bird will not be inside of a box for long. If Bird does not want to be inside that box is going to be shredded." Hey, Derek Family TV is joining us. Hi, welcome to the vlog. Always glad to see your comments. Tango's Rooster, he says, "Bok, bok, bok, bok." Absolutely, that is Max's favorite thing to say, but he prefers saying it when he's outside. It's not something he uses indoors nearly as much. Max is the Moluccan cockatoo, and he does say words. He was actually really, really talkative when I had a brief outdoor visit with a friend. He kept on introducing himself, kept on saying, "Hi, Max, hello." He was trying his hardest to convince me that he wanted to go see my friend and collect some scritchies and do the social bird thing, which of course, with COVID, we have to be a little bit cautious still. So Max may not have been too happy about that, so he got to keep his distance, but he wanted to be part of the conversation. He was being quite chatty as he went. Yeah, I know that Tycho's a little bit out of focus right now. It's just sort of the angle he's at. Give him a minute, and if he remains where he is at, I'll move the camera so we get a better look inside the box. But he's moving around a bit. Tycho is a bird of very few words, and Tycho's the African gray that we're watching inside the box right now. Tycho, he does like to say hi. He says, "I want," usually when he wants something and he thinks that he needs to communicate that desire out to the world. He'll say, "Go poop." He'll say, "Come here." He'll say, "Come on up." He'll make a drinking sound when he wants water. He's got actually quite a vocabulary when you really stop to think about it. But the key with Tycho is he only uses his words when he has something specific to say. And the word "hi" for Tycho, there's about 20 different pronunciations of "hi." Each of them has a different meaning. So he does do a little bit of his own thing. Yes, Tycho's live stream. Well, Tycho's allowed to crash the channel. I've had a few people criticize that, "Oh, well, how dare there be another bird on the channel?" Well, this is Max's channel. And Max has said he'll share it with the rest of the flock. And that means if, Tycho gets the occasional stream, great. It means if T-Cal's over for a visit, T-Cal will get to be on camera as well. Rooster. Tycho is 24 years young, and we've had Tycho since Tycho was 6 months old. And Max is 26. Max has been with the flock since he was 10, and at 10 he was a rescue. You'll see Max is very social. He's very friendly, very, very tactile. When we met Max, he could not be handled at all. He was fighting, he was screaming, he is Amityville Horror with wings. Okay, I'm going to just go over and adjust that camera a little bit. I may have a little bit of an annoyed bird when I do so, but that's okay. Hi. Here, we want to look inside your pretty, pretty box, buddy. Can we look inside? Oh, how dare I? How dare I? Is that your spot? Is that your special spot? Absolutely, I'm just loving this box. I had no idea Tycho was going to do this today, and it is honestly bringing me a lot of joy. What am I doing over here, Tycho? What am I doing? Getting the eyeball because he sees me setting up the cell phone for a slightly different angle shot. He's definitely not a huge fan of the cell phone, but I thought, getting a second shot just from above might be kind of fun. You might combine them and do a bit of a video later. So if you're just joining us, Tycho only had nibbled the corner of that box when he'd started, and this was completely unplanned. We thought we were going to do a bit more of an Eggster approach with things. Tycho had different ideas. Yeah. Is that fun, Tycho? You like your box? So if I reached my hand inside that box right now, I can guarantee you that I would be bleeding. He's claiming that one as his own territory. He's giving a bit of an eyeball to the cell phone camera that he sees there. You can see he acts very differently between cell phone camera and webcam. That he's not quite identified as a cell phone yet. Hey, are you having fun? I know. Just ignore it. It'll go away, Tycho. Is it time to come outside of the box? What's inside the box? Is that your cage? Is that your cave? Is that the bird cave? Yeah, I see you, Tycho. Oh boy, Tycho. Oh boy. How about I move this away? There we go. I'm going to move that away. Okay, is that better if I move that away? Yeah, there we go. I just moved the cell phone camera. Is that better? I'm over here with it now. Now he can relax and play. Tycho, are you enjoying yourself? Yeah. Yeah, as I said, I really did not plan on doing a long live stream for Tycho, but, you know, if he wants to cooperate, who am I to say anything? Yeah, Tango, I'm not sure what link you're looking for, but if you let me know, I will toss it into the comments of this video, then people can go find it after the video is finished. Oh, the Dean Edna Experience, 1991. Okay, and I mean, I'll try to remember to toss that in. You can always send me a message, just poke me with a stick and remind me. Close up. Tango says thanks, but it's okay. All right. Tycho, you're confusing webcam. It's not quite sure what to do with you. How's your box? Is that a good box? Okay. If we are doing that, I'm going to scooch back a little bit. Go. Oh, what a mess. What a mess on the floor. I blame your brother. Yeah. That floor was completely clean when we started. Anybody who started on Max's stream can attest to that. I actually should just tape the floor at the start and the end just to show you what's happened in the term of the game where the bird's been playing. But the birds, they make a huge mess. And that's something, if you are thinking about adopting a parrot or even a smaller bird, you have to understand. Your house is never going to be the same. You will find seeds where seeds have no business being. There will be water and shredded bits of paper and bird poop everywhere. Are we finished with Mr. Box? My bird. Oh, my bird. Oopsies. Going the wrong way. There we go. There we go. Okay, Tycho. That's fine. You can play with the box however you see fit. Are you ready for that drink of water now? Looks like it was hard, dry work. Would you like some water? Enough water, or do you want some more? Liquid? Yeah, you're so dainty. Yeah, Tycho likes drinking out of a cup. So does Max. Tycho's not really that thirsty right now. The reason I grabbed a clear glass mug is so that I can hold it in front of the bird and not block the bird when I'm taping. Yeah. But he also will drink out of regular mugs I think it's something the birds came to when they watched me drinking. They watched me drink out of a cup or a mug. They're curious and they think that they should get some too. Sometimes they'll get something out of a regular glass, maybe a little bit of juice, maybe a bit of warm tea. Now, with tea, there are certain types that the birds can and cannot have. Nothing with caffeine. If you're actually looking for tea for a bird, Great Haven Manors makes a variety of avian teas. I've never tried them myself, but I've heard a lot of good things about them. Now, I keep thinking one of these days I should pick some up. But sometimes the birds will get a little sip of chamomile or something. They don't get a lot. Yeah, it's good. Is it good? Oh, Tycho, you did a grand job on that box. It had a tiny hole in it. And then what did you do? Yes, Doris, they are definitely dainty drinkers. Although if you watch Max, you'll notice that Max tends to dip his beak in and then he drools water everywhere. Inside of his cage, he has a stainless steel food bowl and a stainless steel water bowl. And sometimes he'll try and take a bath out of that water bowl. And once again, water everywhere. They can make a big, big mess. Hey, Tango, sorry that you have to go. You can always pop on and catch the end of the stream again later if your woman's around. I understand, yes, this has been a bit of a long stream. It was a little bit unplanned, but it's definitely been a lot of fun watching Tycho tear apart the box. I'm kind of curious if he's going to go back inside the box or not. He's admiring that fine craftsmanship, taking a little bit of a break. I mean, every bird gets a coffee break, don't they? They've been working hard. But I will put the box inside of his cage after this because he definitely has been expressing an interest in the box. So anything that offers the parrots enrichment opportunities is a good thing. Yeah. Oh, ornithology, dude, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that, but it translates out to Max is cute in all the languages I'm fluent in. Super, super sweet of you. Yeah. So, Tycho, did you enjoy being on camera today? Did you have fun? Was that a fun game? Yeah. And yes, while he was inside the box, I did remove the wooden roof, mostly because he was still chewing on the box. And the last thing you want is for something to structural fail and having a chunk of wood on top. That adds a bit of weight, and that may not be the best thing. Yeah. Tycho is a little bit scared right now of paper bags, especially big paper bags. And let me explain what happened. And this goes back a couple of months. He was playing with a paper bag and he was walking around and he walked into it and he managed to flip the bag over top of his head. He was quite happy. It was a dark cave. At this point, the power went out. And I did not immediately rescue him because it was very dark. And a scared bird is not something you want to put your hand directly in front of, because a scared bird, if they don't know what's going on and they see something that's possibly a threat, they're going to chomp on it. So what I did is I left him inside of his paper bag prison in the dark and got some temporary light happening in the room, just enough so that I could see what was going on and the birds could see what was going on. And then I ushered him back to his cage, and he was going, what the? Apparently these paper bags are dangerous. They make all the lights go out. Yeah, not quite the right conclusion, but it happens. We actually had another power outage this week, and Thursday was a day of a lot of excitement in the household. in the afternoon, an emergency alert came out, and it wasn't for my specific area, but it was talking about a large grass fire that was in Rocky Ridge County near Wildcat Hills. And that wildfire, it was out of control. It was highly problematic, and we had high winds. We actually had a wind warning outside of Calgary, and then that wind warning came to hit Calgary. Of course, I got this because the emergency alert area is not super granular defined for that particular morning it went out. But shortly after I got that warning, I noticed 4 fire trucks going past my house the wrong direction, including one that turned at the corner. So I stepped outside to see what was going on and saw some smoke. I walked the 2 blocks over to the cow field. If you watch Max, you'll know that he has pet cows. They stay in a farmer's field that is very, very close to our house, a very short walk. And I was watching the smoke there. And there had been a second wildfire that had started just in the northwest of Calgary, and just a little bit west of our house, we were getting a lot of smoke, and we are quite close to the open farmers' fields. And that wind was quite ferocious, so there was the possibility that if it got out of control and it started involving houses, we are right on the edge. And if it got going, there is a very narrow road for it to jump. There's a construction zone. There's also what is known as a dry pond. And if it got into that dry pond, it could easily access the houses in this complex. And that would be a definite problem. And doing risk for a living, I do understand sort of fires are not going to jump wide roads, but that's where you're going to set up your perimeters, the other side of the wide road. So, Max, that's awfully noisy. You need another block to chew? I could get you one. Hey, Tycho, would you like a block to chew? Would you like something else? So I was definitely keeping an eye on that. There we go. Let's put it there. I was keeping a close eye on that particular fire. It was making the area around the house quite smoky. And it also impacted our power, because one of the new areas right beside us where it connects into power and part of the power grid is the country where power lines are not buried underground. And there's enough interconnects there that feed into the community. It actually took out the power to multiple communities. And we were fortunate, we got our power back relatively soon, but some areas did have a sustained outage. Some homes were without power until 6 a.m. the next day, which is definitely not a good thing. Hey, Tycho, you did a great job today. So we've got our power, no harm was done. The firefighters actually kept the fire to the edge of the city, but when winds are gusting, you've got a wind warning up to 100 kilometers an hour, and they are gusting at 70. You know how fast wildfires can spread. It's definitely a concern. So that was our excitement this week. Hey, Tycho, would you like a little head scritchy? Head scritchy? Yes? Now with Tycho, you always ask before offering a head scritchy. Otherwise, you will be bleeding. And he does enjoy a little bit of attention. So Tycho, can you say goodbye to all of your flockers? You did a wonderful job on your box. Yes, you did. We've got a wonderful Easter video coming up tomorrow. Make sure you check that one out. We also have been posting some new Easter content this week. And in our community section, we have posted a few links to previous year Easter videos. Watch those videos, enjoy those videos. And most importantly, share the joy. You see that share button at the bottom of the video. When you see a video that you really enjoy, maybe one of our Easter or one of our daily videos, hit share. Share it out to some of your friends, whether it's on Facebook, whether you share via email, you send a link to that video out. share the joy, help spread the word of Bach, right, Max? Spread the word of Bach. And pretty soon we'll be outside so we can Bach in person and with joy. But I'm wishing every birdie a wonderful, wonderful Eggster. Cindy's asking, does anybody know of any YouTube videos on birds taking meds? Not offhand. Sorry, Candy, not Cindy. My apologies, Candy. Not offhand, but I'm sure that there are going to be some out there. If anybody knows where she can look, feel free to comment in the chat. Oh, big yawn. I think Tycho is tired after all of his hard work. I'm getting a little bit of mad eye saying he's tired of being here. So with that, I'm going to wish every birdie a wonderful, wonderful Eggster. And we will see you next week, same time, same place. Bye. Oh, how do we end this? There we go. Yeah, I'm glad everybody enjoyed.